Coming up next, it's This Small Space. Then at 1, Homes Across America visits a charming house in South Carolina. Today on HGTV Daytime.
Okay, here's the deal. Most of us think that monochromatic means everything painted all one color. I'm Susan Crenshaw, and today on This Small Space, we're going to show you how you can paint a wall or an entire room with an infinite and enviable range of one color. Our feature home uses white to tie everything together. It's rich, it's soft, and yes, it's actually a color. Then an office and den blend different materials with consistent colors to create a luxurious feeling of continuity. Carl will reveal his trade secrets on how to unify mismatching textures by using monochromatic color. And of course, here's Peter.
In small spaces, the best tricks are done with mirrors, and I've got a project that's no exception to that rule. And in our makeover, we offer natural solutions to a growing family, a growing house, of course.
Mark Robert wanted to open up his small space, so he blew out all the walls, and the result was great views from one room to another. Then he used a monochromatic wall color to tie the whole thing together.
When we moved into the house, the den had been a room that wasn't used as much as we knew that we were going to use it. In addition to that, the washroom, which is adjacent to the den, had a bathtub in it and was also not the design that we wanted. Therefore, we tore out the bathroom, made a large entrance from the bathroom to the den, providing us some exterior access to the back garden. From the bathroom area, which is adjacent to the den, we put in a bar and put in French doors outside, so the bar can not only service the den and the rest of the house, but also the back garden. We took out the bathtub and toilet and reused it elsewhere in the house. We took out the sink and were able to reuse the existing plumbing in that location for the new bar. The new bar includes a sink and an ice maker. When I'd moved to my old house, I had used a little more color than what was used here. I'd always, quite frankly, wanted a house that was all white. There wasn't the need to use color to really give impact, because the impact was already there given the existing architectural detail. By using white, there was the ability to create a seamless flow throughout the house. In addition to that, it also lent a more contemporary feel to the house. I had an eclectic mixture of furniture ranging from sort of mid-century modern to older pieces that I had inherited. I want to ensure that that eclectic feel was sort of brought together, and using white throughout the house was a very easy way to do that. Well, there's a great impact using dark floors with white walls. It's a very dramatic feeling. You see it often used in art galleries. Previously, there had been a very small window where we put in the French doors. The French doors gave further added to the symmetry of that area and flowed nicely from the bar to the new opening to the den and gave some really nice sight lines to the garden. There's furniture that was in my previous house that people didn't even see, but bringing it into this house, bringing it into the white backdrop, it really focuses on those furniture pieces. In my opinion, if you have a white house, really the only way that you can use a white house, or the only way that you should use it, if you do have some interesting furniture pieces. Now, that's not to suggest that you have to have, 5 or 6 or 7 interesting furniture pieces in a room. You can get away with 1, 2, or 3 really interesting elements. Don't feel as though you have to fill a room with too much furniture. It's often more interesting to take 1 or 2 really interesting pieces and really focus on those. The first thing you should look at doing when you're about to enter into a renovation project is really to step back and say, what are the key elements that I really want to introduce into this house? White is a very easy way to bring a seamless element to your house.
Coming up, Carl Loans will talk about flooring choices for your small space.
Visit HGTV.com and sign up for a free online gardening newsletter designed to deliver new ideas directly to you. HGTV.com.
You know what surprises people most about Jenny Craig's Ultimate Choice program?
It's less than I used to spend on fast food and lattes.
It's so convenient. It's almost like having a personal chef.
Jenny Craig's Ultimate Choice gives you personal support with simple ways to lose weight even when you dine out or travel.
Do you know what losing 50 pounds feels like?
I lost 111 pounds. Now I'm half the mom and twice as much fun.
Lose all the weight you want for just $1 a pound, plus the cost of food. Call 1-800-JENNY20. Jenny Craig. It works.
Attention homeowners, mortgage interest rates have changed. If you still haven't refinanced your old higher interest mortgage to a new lower fixed rate, or if you want to cash out some equity, now may be a great time to lock in a new low fixed rate from Ditech.com. Don't wait for mortgage rates to go up again. Refinance now while Ditech's rates are still low. Call 1-800-71-FIX or log on to Ditech.com right now. Ditech.com, your mortgage solution delivered.
Imagine a refrigerator from Whirlpool that creates new space. Moving the ice to the door gives you room for 8 more pizzas. And it's now available at Lowe's. Select your Whirlpool refrigerator and take it home today, or have it delivered tomorrow. That's the Lowe's Appliance Advantage. Whirlpool, just imagine. Coming up today on HGTV Daytime.
On the next Carol Duvall show, we'll use seashells and flowers to make one-of-a-kind lamps and lampshades, and we'll build an intricate block-patterned quilt using decorative paper and punches.
The Carol Duvall Show, today at 2 on HGTV Daytime.
Next time on Divine Design. This master bedroom is stuck in the 80s, and that's not a pretty place to be. The Divine designers turned it into a romantic getaway.
It's us that works. It's just classic.
Divine Design, tonight at 8:30 on HGTV.
It's always important to have things that do double duty in a small space. Today's do-it-yourself project does just that. It acts as a dressing mirror and a push-pin message center, believe it or not. Let's run through the materials that I'm working with. I've started off with a board, and this is chipboard, and I've had it cut down to 24 by 28 inches. Now the reason being is I've picked up this in-stock mirror available at my local Build-It Center, and it measures 16 by 20. So my board is 8 inches wider and 8 inches longer in length, and the reason being that I'm creating a 4-inch border all the way around. Now the material I'm using to create that border around my board is acoustical ceiling tile. This material is used to create faux ceilings, those drop ceilings you often see in basements. What's great about this material is it's soft and it works perfectly as a push-pin board. So the first step is to create those 4-inch strips to wrap around the base of our mirror. And this material cuts very, very easily. All you need to do is measure out 4 inches, which I'll do right now, and then using just a standard utility knife with a good sharp blade on there and a straight edge, line up your measurements and gently cut through the material. You'll have to do a few passes through it, I find, but slowly, if you cut through, you get a nice clean cut. One more. And you want to make sure you work on something that you won't cut through. In this case, I'm just using that piece of 1/2-inch chipboard. So that's how the material cuts. It cuts nice and cleanly. So I'm just going to set this material aside because I've pre-cut in advance the pieces I'm going to need to wrap around our particle board here. So 2 of them get placed on the bottom and 2 on either side, like so. And it's installed flush with the chipboard here, like so. Now, the next step is to adhere this to our board. And what I've opted to use, very simple tool, hot glue sticks. And what you want to do is run glue along the back side of each piece of the tile and affix that in position. Now, you've got a few seconds because this dries quite quickly, so you want to have that in place. So I'm going to do that on all 4 pieces. So that's done. That's all dry. The hot glue dries very, very quickly. Our next step now is to upholster the frame. And here's where our fabric comes in. And in my case, I've selected this sort of basket weave pattern fabric. Now, you'll want to choose a fabric that coordinates with your interior, so any fabric will do. I've cut these into strips, and they're approximately 9 to 10 inches. You want enough to be able to upholster on the inside of one side of the acoustical tile and wrap around and under our picture frame. So we're now ready to apply the fabric, and what I'm using to hold the fabric in place is a staple gun with 1/4-inch staples. Now, starting with the center here, I'm sort of pulling my fabric and allowing it to fall into place like so, and driving 1 staple, and I'm probably going to do about 3 just to get that affixed in place. And now at this point, what I want to do is wrap the fabric onto the underside, sort of smoothing that out, and then driving a staple onto the back side. So now our next step is to treat the excess fabric here. I'm creating a very simple corner like so, and stapling the excess fabric along the back. I just like creating this nice sort of 45-degree fold there. So now my next step is to apply the mirror. What I did on the inside of this mirror is I've trimmed away some of the excess fabric. Along the back, I've installed 2 hangers so we can mount that to the wall. In order to adhere the mirror, I'm using a silicone adhesive. So you'll want to run a bead of this along the back side. So we're now ready to place our beveled mirror into our frame, which fits perfectly. That just drops in place. Just give that a little bit of a jiggle. You want to let that sit overnight, but otherwise you've got a great mirror that'll help enhance your space, make it appear a little bit bigger, and you'll never miss another note.
Experts will tell you that if you choose a whole bunch of different flooring for your small space, that it's really going to break it up and make it look even smaller. Carl Loans is here with some suggestions.
Welcome to our floor show, and today we're looking at every option available when you're thinking about redoing the flooring in your small space. We're going to start with one of the most difficult choices to make, mainly because of the way it's installed and also the cost involved as well. Installing marble or natural stone takes a professional's help, as well as the cost is quite high. It's the more expensive option when looking at flooring. The nice thing is that this type of flooring looks luxurious. It has a shine or matte finish, depending on what look you're going for. Now, a great alternative to natural marble and stone is actually ceramic tile. And these days, it's no longer white and glossy for every area of the house. You've got natural-looking stone products, which are actually ceramic, which are roughed up on the top. You've got many layers of colors, which help give it a more natural look to stone. This particular type of tile is least expensive than natural marble and stone, but is still a little bit pricey, and you'll probably need a little bit of help doing some installation, as well as you'll need a good subfloor to hold all of these harder, more heavier products. Now, the most inexpensive way of getting the look of stone and natural tile is actually vinyl. And let me tell you, these look pretty good. As a matter of fact, comparing natural and ceramic with vinyl, you could hardly tell the difference. The nice thing about these is that it's peel and stick, and it's a weekend project. Now, everyone seems to love the look of wood, but in actual fact, wood is a little difficult to install, and it can be pricey as well. And I've got 2 options to help you get that look. The first is peel and stick vinyl tile, which looks like glossy parquet flooring, and it's an easy weekend project. The second one is called laminate wood flooring. There's no real wood in this. It's a photo image of wood that's applied on top of MDF, and it's a floating floor that's durable for kitchens, bathrooms, hallways, anywhere you want the look of wood. Now, our last option is actually carpeting. And carpeting is a great option because it's soft on the foot and you can get many fashionable colors. Now, there's really two types of carpet to consider when you're looking at wall-to-wall or broadloom. The first one is a cut carpet, which tends to be a little softer, a little more luxurious. The second one is a looped or Berber carpet, which is a tighter weave. This type of a carpet is excellent to choose for wall-to-wall because it's a firmer carpet, and it'll actually allow you to put area rugs down in order to help define spaces in a small space. So the floor show has ended, and you've seen many options. I suggest you take a look below your feet and see what sort of options you can have for your own small space.
Next, a space you can use as your home office or as a comfy den, whichever you choose.
High cost of health care can really get you worried sick. Are you unable to afford coverage? Are you paying too much for your coverage? Well, here's the solution. MedExpress. For less than $2 a day, your whole family will save thousands of dollars on all your medical expenses. With more than 650,000 providers around the country, this program saves you up to 70% on medical, hospitalization, dental, prescription, alternative medicine, eye care, and more, even LASIK surgery. Plus, you'll get great savings on vitamins, eye products, and many more services.
Now my whole family gets regular checkups, and my kids get the vitamins they need.
If you don't have health insurance or don't have enough, MedExpress is for you.
We have existing medical conditions.
But with MedExpress, everyone is approved.
You'll feel better with MedExpress.
The quality and service are 5-star.
This program includes your whole family for less than $2 a day. Call now. Get on board with MedExpress.
This one has tons of storage space.
Great. The chefs will love that.
Chefs?
There we go.
We have a lot of washers and dryers, too.
Best Buy has a world of appliance options, like this Samsung with digital control to keep food fresh longer. And now get special financing and 10% off most appliances. Thousands of possibilities. Get yours. Best Buy.
Dear DirecTV, there's not a word to describe how great DirecTV is. It's not great. It's not greater than great. It's even greater than greatest. My mom, at first didn't know if it was a good idea, but now she loves DirecTV, and it saves her money. Signed, Brian Mills. Brian, I think I'm going to have you write my next review.
Become a DirecTV fan for just $39.99 a month.
Introducing the SteamVac Dual V with Dual V technology. By focusing suction into powerful V-shaped paths, it out-cleans all other leading brands to leave your carpet clean and help it dry fast. Its spin scrub brush is scrubbed with heated cleaning on the forward stroke. On the back stroke, the exclusive Hoover Auto Rinse feature automatically rinses with clean water. SteamVac Dual V, now with Auto Rinse.
Check out the new Wednesday nights on HGTV. At 9, we'll take you into the workshops of America's modern masters. At 9:30, it's a new generation of country cool, our inspired spin on classic country style. At 10, what's cooking in new trends and styles, just for the kitchen. And at 10:30, tour the most outrageous homes in the world. It's HGTV's hit series, Extreme Homes. Wednesday night starting at 9 on HGTV.
Cognac and caramel, don't they just sound delicious? Well, they also happen to be Jeff Royk's favorite colors, and therefore he's done his entire office in these warm, rich tones.
Well, I really wanted to have as much space within the house and have a lot of functionality with all the rooms. When I took the house, I chose this room as my office space, but I also wanted it to be functional for something other than just an office. So designed it so that it could be a sitting room as well, because I do a lot of entertaining. Well, basically the room is set up, it really comes down to the armoire piece, or the home office desk cabinet behind me. I liked the style of it. I liked that it was low for the small room, and once it's closed up, it looks just like a nice piece of furniture. And once opened up, it was very functional, and inside it houses a large computer and my office. It's quite a small room, but I chose furniture that is small in size but feels big, and painted everything out, the doors, the shutters, in the same color so that it all blended in and almost made the room feel bigger than what it really is. The color palette, I'm definitely more partial to the earth tone colors, and I really wanted a room with a darker color, and chose this sort of milk chocolate color. The cognac and caramel colors I like a lot, and the woods. Really wanted to create a different feeling from the rest of the house, still on the same color palette, but a darker room and a little bit more cozy. The carpeting, I wanted to continue on the second floor is completely carpeted, and I want to continue with the carpet into the office, so I come home, take off my shoes, just feel comfortable, and the color blended in nicely with all the other colors that I used throughout the office space. While I like an eclectic look, I don't believe one room should have one complete look to it, although it works for some people. I like mixing things, something that people wouldn't normally put together, but made small sort of vignettes with the items and kept to smaller scale stuff within the room. The art, they're mostly black and white photographs, and I do have some throughout the house, and most of the artwork has been stuff that I've acquired through art auctions or as gifts, and again, it's an eclectic look, but everything seems to work together. The antlers I walked into a shop and saw and immediately was attracted to them. I had no idea where to put them in my house and thought the most comfortable place they would fit would be in my home office space. It's a large item for a small room, definitely, that was my concern, but I think with the positioning of it with a large cabinet below it and not too much else on the walls, it really doesn't feel as big as it is. It kind of balances itself off. I don't really think there are any particular do's or don'ts. I mean, if you have a small room, such as this room, not to really clutter it up too much, to still leave some space and make it feel big. You can have large pieces, but to position them in the right place, and sometimes it can take 2 or 3 times to move it into the right position to feel comfortable with that, and I think you'll get a general sense of comfort once it's in the right place. I think the room, it's a cozy room. I wanted something where I could come home from work and still continue working, but feel very relaxed as soon as I came home. And through the colors and the lighting and the woods and the cognac-colored furniture, I think have created just a very warm, comfortable space to come home to.
A family room addition that connects seamlessly with the rest of the house.
If you're like most people, you're interested in your home, your health, your family, and your free time, which is why you'll love Fine Living. Fine Living is the new channel from the creators of HGTV and Food Network. Think of it as the cable TV equivalent of your favorite lifestyle magazine, and it won't cost you a dime to get it. So call 1-888-755-4455 or visit fineliving.com to request it today. Fine Living. Live like you mean it.
Lowe's presents Specialties of the House with Robin Turner.
Rain or shine, Donald, the gardens here on Biltmore Estate always seem to thrive.
The key to gardening is proper watering. Here in the Rose Garden at the Biltmore Estate, we use drip irrigation. It's pretty simple to install.
Well, how do you get started?
First, you'll want to make a sketch of your garden. The pros at Lowe's can help you decide what will work for your yard, from the simple to the more complex. Lay the tube along the ground around the plants you want to water. The great thing about drip irrigation is that it's a low-volume irrigation system that puts water right at the roots of the plants. Remember, gravity helps the flow of water, so install the emitters, the attachments where the water comes out, uphill of your plants. Attach to your water source, and then you're ready to water without a lot of waste.
Well, how often should I water?
Robin, you'll probably want to buy a rain gauge just to see how much water you'll need.
Great. Thanks, Donald. For more irrigation tips, visit Lowe's.com/Biltmore.
If Lowe's can help take care of America's largest home, we can help take care of yours. Lowe's, improving home improvement.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Do you use inhalers? Med4Home delivers rescue inhalers to seniors at a low price. And if you qualify, Medicare may cover similar inhaler medication in liquid form.
Don't be afraid to take your next breath.
Call Med4Home now at 1-800-207-0518 for your low-cost, effective solution.
Let us do the Medicare paperwork for you. Pharmacy consultants are standing by to talk to you.
What better place to test Scott Choose-A-Size towels than here? They need help.
Choose-A-Size lets you use just what you need. A big towel for Charlie's chili.
Cool, wiping 101.
Or a little one for Polly's pesto. A+. So big or small, Scott has just what your recipe calls for.
Scott Choose-A-Size towels. Common sense on a roll.
You guys should just make sandwiches.
I'm here with Julia Wright, and I'm flipping through her renovation journal of this terrific space we're in right now, which was, believe it or not, previously an old deck. Right, Julia?
That's right.
I'm looking through some of the old photos here, and this is quite the transformation. What you've installed is a breakfast nook and what I think is a family room?
Yes, we're referring to it as a family room. It's a space that we play in and we watch TV and entertain in.
Okay, let's talk about the space originally, which again was a deck. Were you using the deck?
Yes, we were. It was definitely a space that we used. The garden was very much in disrepair when we moved into the house and needed some TLC, and doing the construction really gave us the opportunity to take a look at how we were going to use the exterior space in relation to our new renovation. We found with the existing space when we moved into the house had two dead ends. You walked into the kitchen and you were at the back door, and you didn't have any real flow through from sort of the end of your kitchen into your dining space. And the same with the dining room. You came to a dead end. So one of the things we wanted to do was to create a nice traffic flow that would sort of give you a sense when you were entertaining, and even when you were living in the space, that you could go from one area to another sort of very easily.
Right. What I really love, let's start with talking about the breakfast nook, because it's so beautifully designed, and how it flows into where we're sitting right now, which is the family room. The banquette, you opted to go with built-in banquettes.
We opted to go with built-in banquettes. Again, we have a shared driveway, and the space is very precious in a shared driveway situation. So we were somewhat limited as to how far we could go out and jot out. So we wanted an eat-in kitchen. We have a young son, and we're beginning to realize how important an eat-in kitchen was. And we opted for banquette seatings just because they're nice and clean. They don't need a lot of space. You can really get a lot of impact and sort of use of the space in a small area.
You opted to go with a round table, and I like the extra bar stool that just tucks nicely under there.
That's sort of emergency seating. We often have friends over that sit around the table, and it's an extra seat that again can tuck nicely out of the way. With sort of a small space, you need to really look at things that are ways that you can maximize the efficiency.
Julia, I really like the way you've made the breakfast area flow into the family room here. I noticed that it steps down.
Thank you. That was something that was consciously done. We did debate about it a little bit because it impacts the basement. We did excavate a full basement below here, but we're very glad we did. Partly because it's a nice gradual flow into the garden. It's a step down from the kitchen space, and it's a nice gentle step down into the garden space. And again, one of the things that we wanted to do was have the outdoor garden, the outdoor room, very much a part of the renovation space. And we feel that with that gradual slope, it does that successfully. One of the wonderful things that I like about this room is the curved ceiling. It's just a very gentle curve, and it really gives the room a sense of being bigger than it really is. And again, we followed through with the curve above the doors and the transom, and in a small detail in the sliding doors. And that's sort of part of what we wanted to do, sort of integrating the space. In our living room, we have a very large curved fireplace, mantle fireplace. And again, just slight details that you want to bring into your new space, so that the new space really becomes part of the old space, so that it doesn't look brand new. It sort of gently looks like it's always been there.
Thank you so much for sharing the space with us. It's a really beautiful example of how you can create an addition that still feels a part of the original house.
Thank you.
Try using one color scheme throughout an entire room, or maybe throughout your entire house. Mix it with rich materials and textures, and you might just find it makes it look a whole lot bigger. Join us every time for this small space.
Curb Appeal hits pay dirt with a beautiful front yard makeover at 9. Then at 9:30, Vintage Style inspires a guest bedroom suite on Designer's Challenge. Tonight, only on HGTV.